Hello, gardeners. Did you know that tomato plants can communicate with each other? Studies show they release tiny chemical signals through their roots to warn nearby plants about pests or drought. Nature's own alarm system. Today I'm sharing how to grow juicy, healthy tomatoes in your garden using natural methods, with practical tips to make your harvest a talk of the neighborhood. Whether you're tending a small balcony or a sprawling backyard, these tricks will work wonders. I'm Adam, a gardener with over 15 years of experience, and I've learned a thing or two from trial and error in my own patch. I'm here to walk you through 5 easy steps to grow tomatoes that burst with flavor. Plus, I'll highlight the biggest mistakes people make and share a surprising trick most gardeners don't know. Let's get our hands dirty. First, choose the right spot for your tomatoes. They crave at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. So scout out a sunny corner of your garden or balcony. If you're growing in pots, opt for ones at least 30 centimeters wide to give those roots plenty of space to stretch. South-facing spots are ideal for soaking up maximum warmth, especially in cooler climates. I've seen beginners tuck their plants in shady nooks, only to wonder why they never ripen. Sunlight is their fuel. Next, make your own organic pest spray. Grab a handful of fresh nettle leaves. Don't worry, you can find them in most yards or wild areas. Blend them with a liter of water. Let the mixture sit for 24 hours. Then strain it into a spray bottle. Apply this to your tomato leaves every 2 weeks to keep aphids and spider mites at bay. It's a gentle, natural way to protect your plants, and I love how it avoids the harsh chemicals that can linger in your soil. Over the years, I've tweaked this recipe by adding a pinch of chili powder for extra kick against tougher pests. Give it a try if you're feeling adventurous. Third, stake your tomatoes early. Use sturdy wooden stakes or wire cages and set them up when you plant your seedlings. This prevents roots from getting damaged later when you try to prop up a heavy plant and keeps those precious fruits off the damp ground, reducing rot. Tie the stems gently with soft twine or old fabric strips as they grow. Nothing too tight, just a little support. I've watched unstaked plants collapse under their own weight, and it's heartbreaking to lose half your crop to mud and bugs. Fourth, water deeply but not too often. Aim for a thorough soak once or twice a week, depending on the weather, always at the base of the plant, not the leaves. Morning is the best time to water, so the foliage stays dry overnight, which helps avoid fungal issues like early blight. I've learned to check the soil with my finger. If the top 2 to 3 centimeters feel dry, it's time to water. Too much splashing on leaves can invite trouble, and I've seen entire rows suffer because of it. Fifth, add a banana peel boost. Bury a chopped banana peel near the base of each tomato plant every month. The peels release potassium slowly, which helps produce sweeter, tastier fruits and strengthens the plant overall. I started doing this a few seasons ago after reading about it, and my tomatoes went from good to gourmet. You can even toss in a bit of crushed eggshell for extra calcium. Another little secret I've picked up along the way. What do people often mess up? Planting too early and ignoring soil health. If you plant before the soil warms up to at least 15 degrees Celsius, your tomatoes will sit there sulking, growing slowly or not at all. Also, skipping soil prep leads to weak plants. Many forget to mix in compost or organic matter, which is like starving your tomatoes before they even start. I once rushed my planting in early spring, and the cold soil stunted my plants so badly I barely got a handful of tomatoes. Lesson learned. Here's something most gardeners don't know. Tomato plants thrive near dill. Dill attracts beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings that gobble up pests, and its deep roots loosen the soil, helping tomato roots absorb nutrients better. Last year, I planted dill next to my tomatoes in a sunny corner of my garden. The difference was stunning. My plants were twice as healthy, with almost no pest issues. I harvested buckets of perfect red tomatoes from just 3 plants, and I still smile thinking about that haul. A personal story. A few years back, I got lazy and didn't stake my tomatoes properly. By midsummer, the plants were sprawling on the ground, fruits rotting in the mud, and pests having a field day. It was a mess. I lost nearly everything that year, and the guilt of not acting early stuck with me. Since then, I always stake right at planting, and it's saved me so much heartache. Now my tomatoes stand tall and proud, even in heavy rain. Let's talk a bit more about soil care, because it's the foundation of everything. Before planting, I like to dig in a thick layer of homemade compost, about 5 to 10 centimeters deep. If your soil is clay heavy, mix in some sand or peat moss to improve drainage. I've seen gardeners skip this step, thinking a quick sprinkle of fertilizer will do, but tomatoes need that rich, living soil to thrive. Another trick I use is rotating my tomato beds each year to prevent soil-borne diseases. Last year's spot becomes this year's flower bed. Pest control can get tricky, too, beyond the nettle spray. I sometimes use a homemade garlic spray for tougher infestations. Crush a few garlic cloves, soak them in water overnight, and spray it on. It's pungent but effective, and the bees don't mind it. I also encourage birds by adding a small feeder nearby. They love snacking on caterpillars that might otherwise munch on my tomatoes. To wrap up, growing fantastic tomatoes comes down to picking a sunny spot using a natural pest spray, staking early, watering wisely, and giving them a banana peel boost. Avoid planting too soon. Nourish your soil and watch your plants flourish. Try these tips, and your garden will be overflowing with tomatoes. Leave a comment below and let me know your favorite tomato growing hacks. Do you have a secret ingredient or method? I can't wait to hear what works for you. Bye.